Hello everyone. So I'm this amazing spot. I'm doing this video to answer your questions. This week questions. If you have something else that you want to add, don't be shy. Just go to the comments and write. Ask everything you want to know, or any subject you want to bring to the table. Some subjects you ask me to talk are so interesting that I'll do an entire video about it. Like this one, talking about traveling alone. That is so interesting. I have so many things to say that I will not answer here. I'll do this week another video talking about it in 3 days or something like that. Then I have other questions things that you want to know, and I'm gonna talk about that. The first is about my English. So thank you very much for saying that my English is good. I'm trying to improve. I try every time when I'm preparing the video and doing all the posts, and I cut lots of things out because there are some words that when I'm listening I understand that I don't say it in a better way. There's sometimes it's very windy, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm always improving, and I always try to learn with my mistakes, and I think that's the most important thing, to learn wherever we want to learn. And I started speaking English, and I learned a lot from the movies, because I'm lucky for being Portuguese in the way we are in a cultural way, we are a very open country. We receive things from all over the world in the original way. So in Portugal everything has subtitles, and since as most of the movies are from the United States or in English, so since a little kid we have in our head a way of speaking English, because when you're watching a movie, you're watching it, you're listening, you're reading, and you try to understand. So that's how I started to learn English, watching movies, and that's the truth. It really was watching movies. But if you see my first vlogs, my English is improving. Come sit. My English is improving, so I always try to learn with my mistakes, and I listen when people advise me, and when people say it happens all the time, because English, there are different kinds of English. There are American English, there are British English, and all those English, and there's the bad English that most people in the world speak. It happened to me in Istanbul. I remember having a drink. We are like 6 or 7, all of us from different countries, and all of us speaking English. And there was a guy there from Newcastle, where the English there is a very strong accent, and at some point he stopped us all to say, "What are you saying? I don't understand what you're talking about." And all the others were understanding each other pretty well, because it's the English that non-English people speak is we speak in an easier way. And sometimes for English people or American people that has English as a matern language, sometimes it's difficult to understand the bad English that is the most important English in the world. It is. And that's why travel is so good, because traveling, we're meeting people, you communicate in English, and that's the English we always talk. And no, I never been in the United States. I will, and I will go with Vanilda for sure. I just don't know when, but I will go. And the United States, as a country for traveling, is so complete. As I always say, when we're talking with friends and we say things like, if you only can choose a country for traveling, which country will you choose? I always say United States, because it's a very complete country. You have everything there. So from the mountains to the nice sunny beaches. Have you seen that? It was a big fish like this that just jumped. Have you seen it? But really big, just like dolphins do. Whoa, that was impressive. So, next question. Yes, I can stay all year round in Greece, but Greece, like other countries, winter it's cold. It's not summer all the entire year, and but for the winter I'll go south as possible, and then the southest part of Greece is the island of Crete. That is the biggest island as well. And last winter was a very cold winter in Europe. That kind of winter that happens every 10 or every 15 years. Like I was in south of Italy and it was snowing there for the first time in 15 years. But I think this winter will be a normal southern European winter. So I think in the south of Peloponnese will be okay. Temperatures will go during the day 15, 17, sometimes 20, can be sunny, and during the night will go around 11, 12, 13, and beginning of January is the coldest the weeks of the year, maybe to 7, 8 for a few days, and that's okay for me. I've been living in my van with that temperature and I don't even need heating, because then it's so small, only with me breathing inside gets warm, and then when the sun comes in the morning it's very 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 cool. So yeah, I can say all year around Greece if I go south. And that there's a connection to the next question, if about Portugal and Spain for van life during the summer. Those are countries that I know very very well. Portugal because I'm Portuguese, and Spain because it's Portugal backyard. I shouldn't say this, Spanish. I'm joking. And Spain because we call Spanish people nuestros hermanos, our brothers. We have a very strong connection with Spanish people. So in a way, it's my country as well. As a people, we all come from where is Spain and Portugal now. Used to be España, used to be a country. So we are the same people. And Portugal is one of the oldest countries in the world. We have 900 years, and Spain because then Spain, when Spain split in several kingdoms. That was the kingdom of Portugal that became Portugal, and then where is Spain now, there were several kingdoms that are the regions they have now, and the kingdom who conquered all the kingdoms around was the kingdom of Leon y Castilla, where is Madrid now. That's why in Spain you don't call the language Spanish, you call it Castellano, because it comes from Castilla. That was the kingdom who conquered all the kingdoms around, and that's why they have a few issues with other parts that want to be independent still today, because that happened, I don't know for sure, but 250 years ago or something, or 200 years ago. It's not very very old. And the kingdom of Leon y Castilla tried to conquer the kingdom of Portugal as well, but they lose the war several times. That's why Portugal is a different country, but it's the same part, you know. It's so I know pretty well about Spain. And Spain, even the south can be very cold in the winter. In Barcelona they have snow in the winter. So in lots of, if you go south closer to the Portuguese side will be better, and I think Portugal is better for the winter, much better. I think Portugal is a great country for van life. Roads are very good, always a road next to the sea, there's no mountains to drive, things are not expensive, the weather may be the best weather in Europe. And during the winter, till the end of November, you don't even need to go south of Portugal. In the center where I'm from, you'll have days with more than 20 degrees. I remember this year I was in Malta. Malta it's almost in Africa. So I was in Malta, it was like 18, 19 degrees, and in Portugal in April it was already 25. So Portugal is great weather, and if it gets too cold you go south. South is very close to Morocco, so it's not summer, it's winter, but it's not cold. You will have a nice life there. And that part of Portugal I think will be better to go in the winter, because in the summer it's full of tourists. It's gonna be kind of a nightmare to park and have a normal life. So go to Portugal for the winter, you'll be okay there. You'll see in November the biggest waves in the world, the greatest surfers from all over the world. Starting in November, they go to Nazaré, to Praia do Norte, that is close from where I'm from, and it's not very cold, and you can watch them take those 20 minutes or more high waves. That is something quite impressive. And then if starts to get a little bit cold in the center in December, you start to go south, Lisbon and south of Lisbon, and it will be better. You'll have during the night 15 degrees, 14, 13. I don't think will be lower than that. Then stay in the lower places, and you'll be okay. So Portugal is a very good option to spend the winter living in a van. And I think I answered all the questions. Oh, I have one more. What happened to Hiva? Well, you need to watch the vlog till the end. I explain everything in the end of the vlog. You only watch it like the beginning, and it is a very good vlog. So watch it again, and you'll see the answer at the end. And thank you very much for all your questions. Once again, if you have anything else you want to add, please go to the comments below and write everything you want to know. Questions or any subjects you want me to talk about or make a video about. And that's it. Have a very nice evening. And don't forget to put your thumbs up and subscribe the channel. Cheers!